What's up, Raider Nation? Big victory today against the New York Jets. Huge victory. A statement game, I would say. I'm proud of my Oakland Raiders. You know, it was just a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. Beautiful game plan. Got to give credit to Bill Musgraves. He put up a game plan that put the Jets vulnerable. He didn't allow. He set up for Latavius Murray to run to the edges, which I thought was a great game plan as opposed to running up the gut. Got to give kudos to Latavius Murray because the Jets were going into this game only allowed 70 yards rushing or around that. Latavius Murray had 113 yards rushing on 20 carries. He was dominant. He had vision. He had power. He had elusiveness. And I also got to give tremendous credit to Derek Carr because this man in the last two games has been lights out. I would argue that there's been nobody better than playing than Derek Carr. Some people might say Tom Brady, but I don't know if he's that much. If he's been playing in a 2-game span that much better than Derek Carr. So he's been playing well, and you're really seeing the jump from year one to year two, and then you also see what happens when you give him talent. Because last year, everybody knows we didn't have a really good offense, but this year the offense, for lack of a better word, has been elite in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So kudos to Derek Carr, and he's being smart with the ball. There were a lot of times where he didn't see anything down, so he just threw the ball away. That's a sign of a smart quarterback who's taking what the defense is giving him and not turning the ball over. So that's huge. And I thought also the game plan featured other receivers. Andre Holmes had a big game. Tywan Jones. Oof, my God. I will keep beating this drum. Why on God's green earth did Dennis Allen and that regime allow this man to be a reserve cornerback and a gunner on special teams? That is probably one of the dumbest moves I've ever heard of in my entire life. This man is explosive, and he showed that on his 59-yard short dump-off pass, and he took it to the house. I mean, the speed is there, the elusiveness is there, the determination. You're starting to see that running back that you saw in college. So thank God that Bill Musgraves had the wherewithal to say, hey, come back to the offense and let me make you into a playmaker, because he is a great change of pace back from Latavius Murray. So kudos to Bill Musgraves for having common sense and putting him back on the offensive side of the ball. Also, Reese was involved. He had a couple good catches and a couple first downs. And I got to give tremendous credit to Michael Crabtree. That was a great signing. A lot of people in the beginning on the offseason were like, I'm not sure about Crabtree because he had that perception that he was a diva. And a lot of people in Raider Nation were like, no, I don't know if I want him. But I knew he was good because I was a fan of him when he was at Texas Tech. Not so much when he was a 49er, but he was a beast at Texas Tech. And you're starting to see what the plays he made at Texas Tech. Run after the catch. That touchdown run that he had was just amazing. I believe he had 102 yards, excuse me, and one touchdown. That touchdown run, amazing determination. The Jets, we literally imposed our will on the Jets defense, and this is not a Jets defense that's ranked 15 or 20th. They're ranked in the top. I believe they're a second-ranked defense or a third-ranked defense. So this is an elite defense, and we were able to impose our will, and that's why I'm saying that our offense is elite. Kudos to Mike Tice too, because he doesn't get a lot of credit, but this offensive line, it was shaky at the Bengals game. And in a couple other games, but overall, this offensive line has been really solid for the first 7 to 8 weeks. In terms, I believe, according to some stat, the offensive line is ranked second or third in terms of pass protection. Derek Carr didn't get sacked by the New York Jets. He got pressured a little bit toward the end of the game, but for the most part, Derek Carr had time to survey the field and dissect the defense. So, tremendous effort on the offensive side of the ball. Now, let's go to the defensive side, because the defense has been kind of flamed in the Raider Nation and to some degree in the national media, but it's not been a good pass defense. But in the last 2 weeks, the defense for 3 quarters has been very good. I think we're on the outside of being elite, but for those 3 quarters for the past 2 games, we have been something special. The defensive line has been has been getting pressure. Haven't getting a lot of sacks, but getting a lot of pressure. Got to give credit to Mario Edwards Jr. A lot of people didn't like the pick. I wasn't really fond of the pick in the second round, but Reggie McKenzie is proven to be a genius in that regard, because he is paying dividends, bringing the pressure up the middle, being a tenacious rusher, a pass rusher. So kudos to him, and him realizing his potential. Alden Smith had a couple pressures. Khalil Mack had a solid game. The linebackers were pretty solid, and I gotta give credit to Ray Armstrong, because I was flaming that dude, because he's not very good in coverage, but man, did he lay the wood on Geno Smith. I mean, he knocked him out of the game basically at the end of the game, which helped us win the game. I mean, that was a big hit that he took, that he put on Geno Smith. So I'll give credit where credit's due. Ray Armstrong had a good game. Had a good second half, I guess. The cornerback play, got to start with Charles Woodson. Man is 39 years old and leading the league in interceptions. He got his 5th interception, plus, not to mention, got his $250,000 bonus because he got 5 interceptions. But man, he is moving. He is moving seamlessly. He looks like he's like 32, 33, and he's 39. So I hope he can keep this up for the rest of the season, because we need him to play well. TJ Carey had solid coverage at the safety position. DJ Hayden had an up and down game, but I still think he's going to be good later on as he progresses to get more playing time and more experience. Emerson was a great waiver wire pickup coming from Washington. I said that in my last video. He's shaping up to be something special. I think he was known for giving up big plays in Washington, but he's been pretty solid in his time here with the Raiders. So kudos to him. He played well. Special teams, Janikowski, you would have liked for him not to miss that 52-yard field goal in the first half, at the end of the first half, but he came back and made another one. So hopefully he can get his stuff right and be more consistent. Now, a lot of people are going to say that the Raiders took our foot off the pedal at the end of the game. I want to talk about the offense first, because the offense wasn't as crisp or as well-oiled as in the first half. But I'm not gonna fault Bill Musgraves for this, because last game we got bogged down and we just started running the ball and we weren't having any creativity. This week, Bill Musgraves he said, okay, we're gonna pass the ball and still be aggressive. And if Andre Holmes doesn't, I know he had a good game, but if he doesn't drop that third down pass where he was wide open, it was an easy catch. I mean, a lot of things are different in that game in the second half. So I give kudos to Bill Musgraves for not being conservative. I mean, we didn't hit on those plays. We didn't hit on those offensive plays that he called, but I give him full credit for being aggressive and not just running the ball early in the fourth quarter. Now, I will concede that maybe toward the end of the fourth quarter, when it was like 5 or 6 minutes left, we probably should have run the ball a little bit more. But I'm still going to give him credit for being aggressive. So, because last week we ran the ball and then we got stopped, and people were complaining that, hey, why aren't you being more aggressive? So it's a give and take. You know, if a couple of receivers make the plays and then not have drop passes, it's a different game, and maybe we blow out the Jets by more instead of it being 34-20, I believe. So I'm not gonna fault Bill Musgraves for that. Second, the defense, though, on the other hand, I felt the defense wasn't as aggressive for most of the third and fourth quarter. We for some reason, when we get big leads at the end of the game, we just kind of lose that killer instinct, and eventually that's going to come back to bite us. But right now, we built up a good enough lead in the first half of the past 2 weeks that we can kind of coast in the third and fourth quarter. I would like the coaches to say, hey, no, keep being aggressive, keep having sticky coverage, keep making tackles, and keep hitting the quarterback. So hopefully the defense can learn from these past 2 weeks and say, hey, we can't afford to keep doing this, because sooner or later we're gonna get bit by being so lackadaisical in the third and fourth quarter. But overall, for 2 weeks in a row, the defense and offense seemed legit. Give full credit to Jack Del Rio for instilling a new attitude and having this team prepared to fight week in and week out. So kudos. This is a huge game this is a huge statement game for us, because before people were saying that we only beat teams that had losing records and we couldn't beat a playoff contending team. But guess what? We beat a playoff contending team in the New York Jets, who, by the way, coincidentally gave Tom Brady fits. And Derek Carr went to work against this team. The whole Raider offense went to work against this team, and the defense basically shut them down for half the game, which the New England Patriots weren't able to do. So we're doing something special. Now, myself, I'm given to maybe just ultimate love for my Raiders. I was saying playoffs and 10-6 before the season started, but it's looking a lot like we can be 10-6 and get a playoff spot. So that's all I have for today for my instant review of the Jets versus Raiders game. Great game, great statement game. We're solidified in second place in AFC West, and people are actually giving us our respect on Twitter. So that's all I have. Let me know what you guys think. Did you think that Bill Musgrave should have run the ball more? Are you fine with his play calling? I thought it was fine overall. I'll talk about our defense. What do you think that we need to improve on for our defense? And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And go Raiders! Woo! Big time game, baby. Big time game. Woo! I'm out.